Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to part two of the Bracing and Ribs Down series. If you haven't watched part one on how breathing facilitates movement, I would go and watch that first and then come back and watch part two. So today I'm going to discuss how these two cues of bracing the abdominals and pulling the ribs down and in highly influence the rib cage position. So your rib cage is this big structure. And if you're telling it to always be in this habitual pattern of flexing the abs and pulling the ribs down and in, we now don't allow the rib cage to fully expand and then compress. Fully expand and compress. And within that rib cage, we have muscles called your intercostals. And if we lock our rib cage down, we don't allow for those muscles to eccentrically load or potentiate and then contract, just like your bicep. This is a concentric contraction, eccentric. It lengthens and then contracts, lengthens and then contracts. If we don't allow those intercostals to open and expand our rib cage and then pull our rib cage down, we are limiting our body's ability to express movement. And that's the last thing that we want to do, because again, our breathing facilitates movement. If we're doing something like an overhead press and we pull our ribs down, contract our abs, that is a state of exhalation to where we can't allow for inhalation, which extends our body, decompresses our spine. If we're always in exhalation and we create this habitual pattern, that becomes an issue, especially with our clients that come in and they can't get out of this position because they don't have the ability to express thoracic spine extension. Okay, so it all plays is an important role in rib cage position, right? If we're pressing overhead, inhale, depending on the size of the load, and then exhale and our ribs come down. Inhale, our rib comes up. I think this concept of ribs down came from this empty extension pattern that a lot of people have. But what if we set the pelvis position to neutral and allow for good extension of the upper back and allow for rib cage expansion everywhere, not just the front, not just the sides, not just the back, but everywhere. It's just like our abdomen. When we breathe in, we want full expansion everywhere. It's the same with our rib cage. We don't want to tack down this big broad structure and create a pattern, a bad pattern. We want to have that thing open and then compress. Open, because we know that the breath facilitates the movement of these structures. And if we disrupt the breathing mechanism, we disrupt movement. Okay, so hopefully you guys keep that in mind. Thanks for listening. Peace.